Welcome back to Midday. We are talking a little bit about safely disposing of any needles that you find out in public areas or out and about in the community. We have Marcia Dick joining us from the city of Kamloops. We also have Bailey joining us right in the middle here. And we have Rihanna at the very end from Ask Wellness, and Bailey is from Interior Health. Thank you to all three of you for being here. We really appreciate it. This is a really important topic, I think, because the snow has melted, and that is when we can find paraphernalia like that just laying about. I'll start with you, Marcia. What's the city's part to play in this?
Well, so we encourage residents, like even if you're diabetic, to properly dispose of sharps in a sharps container. So if you have sharps at home, you can get containers from a pharmacy. And we have the information. We don't want people putting needles into the garbage. No. Even if, like, when you find them and you throw them in a garbage can, somebody has to move, like, empty that can. Or even if it's in a dumpster, they get stuck in the trucks, so they have to, and they'll have to clean them out, and it's very hazardous for our staff to have to handle sharps. So
we have some pictures of it, and I'll just get you to put, I know that these are some slides that you sent along, if we can just throw them up there. So this is what you're talking about, this is information you need to know.
So just look into in the app. We have all the information you need to know about safely disposing of a sharps needle in our WasteWise app. So you just download the app, look up sharps or needles, and it's there. All the links. So we have links to our brochure on safely safe disposal of sharps and needles, and what to do if you find a needle. So, and I will let. So within actually that there is so there's a link to this guide, as well as the city has a map of all the different sharps containers throughout the city. So there's a link. You can go to kamloops.ca/maps and find, just look for the one that says needles. And then that's where we encourage people to dispose of them if they find them. So I will let Bailey.
I want to ask Bailey, just from an Interior Health perspective, from that health authority perspective, how important it is to make sure that if you do have a needle on you or you find one, how important? I mean, there's lots of risks that you can run into, right?
There is. I'd like to highlight, though, that actual risk of contracting airborne or bloodborne illness from a needle stick is very low. But it is good to know good practice, and then that's the best prevention altogether. So
yeah, absolutely. And Rihanna, I know that Ask Wellness does so much to educate the community and really work with the community. What are your thoughts on this? This is something I'm sure that you guys know a lot about.
Yeah, it is. It's something we're getting calls for daily, and it's something that everyone can help out in this. There's a lot of needles with it being spring, like you said. The snow is melting. We're having them pop up in all different places. So it's one of those things where if you don't feel safe to discard it, you can still call us. It's from 8:30 to 4:30, and the hotline is 778-257-1292.
Okay. Now we have some props on the table, and Bailey, I know you want to do a little
just an easy basic demonstration for people in the community if they do come across a needle, kind of how to safely dispose of it.
Okay, so take us through that.
We have a sharps container here. You can get this at your local pharmacy, health authority, supervised consumption site, and this is sort of what we use. But in the community, not everybody has this. So if you come across a needle, in order to safely discard it, we recommend you wear work gloves. You can use tongs to pick it up, or latex gloves. And so you just put your glove on, and you want to make sure the container that you're using can be anything like this, like even a water bottle. Yeah, exactly. As long as it has a hard outer surface and then a lid. And so you want to pick the needle up from the middle of the barrel. And you want to make sure you're always keeping the sharps away from you. And then when you dispose of it, again, you want to make sure this is on the ground. You don't want to be disposing it hand in hand because you have the risk of a stick. So on the floor, sharp side down, and then you seal it up, and then you can take it to your nearest health authority, pharmacy, or call the hotline, as Rihanna said.
Yeah. Are you guys tracking at all how many needles are picked up, or do we know that?
We do a program where all different community members drop off to us, so it's kind of hard. It's always different. We have big Stericycle buckets that Stericycle comes and picks up. So it's usually about 25 to 35 large buckets every couple weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely something to keep in mind. And we really appreciate all three of you being here, and it was a great demonstration because I think too you talk so much about it, and then you're like, well, what do I do? Like, you know, they said this and that, but to show us that was really important.
And then of course glove removal and washing your hands afterwards.
Yeah, still wash your hands.
Still wash your hands. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you, and thanks, Marcia. We're
thanks
out
for
of
having us.
time. We're back in a couple of minutes on Midday, so stay with us.